Welcome back. Hey, we have reached the end of chapter 10. 10.7, this is the last one. Circles in the coordinate plane, so graphing circles. And it's going to be a lot easier than what the last one was for sure. So graphing circles in this coordinate plane using the x and y values. The center of the circle, the labels given to the center are h and k. So h is the x value of the center. This is page 308. K is the y value of the center. Okay? So when they give h and k, those are going to be two variables we're going to see come up here. And the radius is r. Okay? A lot of build up here. We're going to pass that up and basically jump straight here. Okay? So this is h and k. That's to be the center of your circle, and then you have the radius r. And those are the main points for whenever you're graphing or finding these, is finding the center, finding the radius, and then you can kind of get a picture of where it should go. Okay, they use a distance formula and figure out a lot of this stuff to come up with this formula right here. This is the standard equation of a circle. Okay, so x, this stays a variable. This is a variable. So x minus h, and then they're squaring that, plus y minus k, and then they're squaring that. This one stays a variable as well. H and k will be the numbers that are the center, and then it equals r squared. So a lot of things that are being squared. So that kind of looks like Pythagorean theorem, which it basically is. Because if you have a circle on here, this is h, this distance here would be x minus h. Here's x, here's h. So this distance for this right triangle would be x minus h. The distance here would be the y up here minus the k. That would tell you how far that is. So if this is 10, this is 3, this would be 10 minus 3, that would be 7 units. And then you have the radius here, which is your hypotenuse. So you have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That's where the formula comes into play. So a couple examples. This is where graph paper will come in handy. So let's say we have this graph right here, and they want us to write the equation. Well, the center is at 0, 0. So whenever the center is at 0, 0, that makes things easy because x minus 0 is equaling x. So in this case, h is 0. That's what I'm getting that from. H is 0 and k is 0. So x minus 0 is x. Y minus 0 is y. So all you're left with is x squared plus y squared equals the radius, which 1, 2, 3 should be 3 squared. So your formula is x squared plus y squared equals 9. That is the equation of that circle right there. Ye doggies. Okay, so if the center moves around, your h here is the negative 4, it's the x value. Your k is the 2, it's the y value of the center. Our radius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Radius is 5. So we're going to have x minus a negative 4. So that turns to x plus 4. Don't forget the squared. Plus y minus 2 squared equals 5 squared. These you just leave. X plus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 25. Okay. And the beautiful thing still is you can check this on Desmos. So the first one, x squared plus y squared equals 9. Center at the origin, radius of 3. Okay. X plus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 25. Okay, so the center looks to be right there at negative 4, 2, and the radius is 5. So Desmos does a wonderful job of graphing those. Okay, a little more practice, and I'll be done. So write the standard equation of the circle. Okay, so here's your center. H is 0, K is 0 because it's 0, 0. And your radius is 1, 2, okay, count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. Radius is 8. So that'd just be x minus 0, so I'm not going to put that, x squared, plus y minus 0, again, just y squared, equals 8 squared, which is 64. That's it. That's your equation. Okay. Find the center here. So it looks like right there, and the lowest and the highest is right there, so your center is right there at 2, 2. So h is 2, k is 2. Your radius is counting by 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Radius is 4. So x minus h. Keep this in front of you if you forget it. So x minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared, because h and k are both 2, equals 4 squared, which is 16. That's it. Okay, that's going from a graph. This is just the information. If the center is at 0, 0, that means h is 0, k is 0. This is your r. Don't forget to square it. That would be 1/9. 1/3 times 1/3 would be 1/9. So x squared plus y squared equals 1/9. Is that one. Here's your h and k. Radius is 8. 8 squared is 64. That's the number you'll use. So x minus a minus 3. So x plus 3 squared plus y minus a minus 5. So that's y plus 5 squared equals 64. Boom. Okay. These questions. The center is 0, 0, and a point on the circle is 4, negative 3. So the point on the circle is 4, negative 3. We don't know what the r value is. We don't know what the radius is. So the formula here is the radius. If I take this standard equation, and if I want to solve for r, I need to know what x minus h squared is and y minus k squared is. So I have to take the square root of both sides. So r is the square root of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. And, sorry, there we go. R is the square root of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. So what they've given us is they've given us the center, that's h and k, and they've given us a point, that's an x and a y. They've given us an x, a y, an h, and a k. We just need to plug them in, find out what r is. So r is the square root of x minus h, so that is 4 minus 0 squared. 4 minus 0. Plus negative 3 plus 0 squared. So r is, and you're noticing a 3 and a 4 showing up? Can anyone guess what the radius would be here? 3, 4, and? So that's the square root of 16 plus 9, square root of 25, which is 5. The radius is 5. So our equation would be x minus 0, so let's redo that, x squared, no parentheses then, plus y squared equals 25. Remember, equals r squared. Doesn't equal r. So in reality, on these problems, this is the number you're going for. You don't even have to do the square root. You're looking for that number there. That's the r squared before you take the square root. Okay, so center, that's h and k. Circle is 0, 8, so x and y. So r is the square root, or you can just say r squared equals and not deal with the square root. 0 minus 4 squared plus 8 minus 5 squared. So that is 16 plus 9, another 6. That's the square root of 25 again. That's kind of boring, which is 5. So your radius is 5, same answer. But this would be different. X minus 0 squared, okay, we don't need that, so x squared, plus y minus, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one here, aren't I? X needs to stay x minus h, so x minus 4 squared, there you go, plus y minus 5 squared equals 25. Again, you can Desmos that, see if your center is 4, 5, and 0, 8. Make sure that point is on there. Turn over to page 312. We won't do all of these. Find the center and radius of the circle, then graph the circle. So notice how it's x squared and y squared, so that means h is 0, k is 0, so your center is 0, 0. And your radius is the square root of 225, which is 15. So our radius is 15. We will not be counting by ones. So let's count by fives. So there's 10, 20. 10, 20, those are negatives. Negative 10, negative 20. So our center is 0, 0. Radius is 15. So what I do is from my point, I'm going to go 15 right, and I put a little tick mark. 15 up, put a tick mark. 15 left, put a tick mark. 15 down, put a tick mark. That gives me the 4, the right side, left side, top, and bottom. And from there, I try to draw my circle and try to not make it look like a diamond. With some practice, you too can draw the perfect circle. I got a little flat right there. Okay. So here, see the x minus 3? That means h is positive 3. The minus is built into the formula. The k, there's a y plus 2, so k is negative 2. That's what makes these equal to 0. Your r is the square root of 16, which is 4. So h3 negative 2 is our center. So let's move our y-axis there. And we'll go right there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 2. Our radius is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. 2, 3, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. There you have it. On your assignment, the only questions you have will already be in standard form. These are not in standard form. You have to do something called completing the square. Here are the answers. If you want to try to figure it out, great. You do not have any assignments over those, so most of you can probably just jump right over that. But you pause it, try to figure out how that happened. Okay, the last type of question is they're going to give you a point with a radius. They're asking, does this point lie on a circle with a radius of 6? Okay, and it is centered at the origin. That's the type of questions you're going to have. So does this point lie on the circle? So is the distance from 0, 0, which is the origin, to negative 4, 4 equal to 6? So again, that's the radius. That's the radius. That's the distance from a point to the center to the edge. That'd be the radius. So we know the formula for a radius. They're asking at this point, x, y. The origin means h is 0 and k is 0. And we want to see if this equals 6. So radius is x minus h. So x, 0, minus a negative 4 squared, plus, it should be the other way around. It's okay. It's going to work. Plus 4 minus k, y minus k, so 4 minus 0 squared. So that is the square root is going to be 16 plus 16, which is the square root of 32. That is not equal to 6. So no, it isn't on there. Okay. This one does work. You will not have one where the center is not at 0, 0, but this one does work. There's the example for that one. So on your assignment, write the standard form, multiple choice for you, yay, make it easy. Standard form, making sure it's x minus h and y minus k, and squaring the radius. Use the given information to write the standard equation of a circle. They give you a center and a point. This is when you need to find the radius. Okay, you can use some process of elimination here, but you need to find the radius on that. The distance between those 2 points. And that's those, what they do wrong type of question. Okay, when you graph, you just need to put the center. So if the center is at 1, 1, I'm going to put a point there first. And if my radius is 3, then I'm going to go out 3 units, and then it draws a circle for you. The prove or disprove, this is just what we did here. So they want the radius of the circle, which is 8. They want the distance from 0, 0 to 2, 3. You can use that formula we had, and then you say whether it does or does not lie in the circle. And this is just matching the graph with that and some review of arcs. Okay, and that's it. Good luck. Good job in Chapter 10. We got one more chapter to go. That involves volume and surface area and area and a lot of those sort of formulas. So a lot of formulas in Chapter 11. If you can use them, that will be the key point to those, is learning how to use some of those. We'll see you later.